Welcome back, students, to the class on Principles of Management. My name is Rishi Chakravarti and I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Management of Assam Downtown University. In my previous presentation, I gave you a small introduction about the characteristics of management and what is unique about this particular subject. Here, I shall be explaining to you all in detail about the different characteristics, and by the end, you will be able to understand the different characteristics of management and what makes this particular subject unique as compared to others. The first characteristic of management is that it is a goal-oriented process. Management always aims to achieve the organizational objectives. The functions and activities of manager lead to the achievement of organizational objectives. The second point is that management is all-pervasive. So we know that management is a universal process and a phenomenon. The use of management is not restricted to business firms alone. It is also applicable to all the organizations like non-profit organizations, profit-making organizations, hospitals, like schools, clubs, or universities or corporates, anywhere. So basic ingredient or function of management remains the same everywhere. The third characteristic that management is multidimensional. Now, while we apply management, we are not only focusing on a single activity, but rather we are focusing on the three main activities like management of work, management of people, and management of operations. The fourth characteristics of management is that management is a continuous process. So management is a continuous or a never-ending process. All the functions of management like planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling are performed by managers at all times. Now, as far as these particular functions are concerned, I will be explaining about each of these functions separately in my upcoming presentations. But these are the main functions of management, and it is a continuous process. So management, again, the next characteristic of management is that it is a group activity. Management always refers to a group of people involved in managerial activities. The management functions cannot be performed in isolation. So while we perform the functions of management, while we apply management techniques, there has to be a collective group of people towards the fulfillment of organizational goals. Otherwise, effective management is not possible. Management is a dynamic function. Management has to make changes in goals, objectives, and other activities according to changes taking place in the environment. The external environment such as social, economic, technical, and also the political environment has a great influence on management. As these changes takes place in the environment, same are implemented in organizations to survive in the competitive world. Another function of management is that it is an intangible force. Management function cannot be physically seen, but its presence can be felt, right? So we understand that if an organization is functioning nicely, then it is implied that it is being managed well. Another important characteristic of management is that it is a composite process. Management involves a series of functions which must be performed in proper sequence. These functions are not independent of each other. Rather, they are interdependent. So as I had just talked about the different functions of management or mentioned about the different functions of management, like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, all these functions are interdependent of one another, right? And there has to be a good execution of one function for the other function to be effective. So there is a interrelation. So balancing of effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness means achieving targets and objectives on time, while efficiency refers to the optimum utilization of the available resources. So there is a distinction or close difference between effectiveness and efficiency in organizations. And the last characteristic of management is that it involves a decision-making process. While performing the different functions of management like planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, and controlling, so managers have to make proper decisions. So therefore, these are some of the characteristics of management and what makes this particular subject unique from others. Thank you very much.